gentleman who will be interviewed today is the head behind the marketing of Asia's largest higher EdTech company, upGrad. Please welcome Mr. Ankit Khirwal.
Very warm welcome to you, Mr. Khirwal.
Thank you so much.
My very first question is, how would you describe upGrad's marketing ways?
I will describe it in three ways. A, we are very number focused. Right? Our marketing is very heavily data driven.
Okay.
The second thing is how we communicate. We usually try to be very sincere because we're in the business of education.
Yes.
The second is what we communicate, right? The content of our communication usually keeps our learners or our alumni at the forefront.
Okay.
Right? We celebrate their success as a brand, and we know that if our learners succeed, we as a brand will succeed over time. So these are the three core pillars of how we do marketing at upGrad.
Fantastic. Now, creating, I have to say, is basically a marketing wizard's job. What is it that you are doing that will that is basically impacting the careers of over 7.7 million learners?
As a company, we are obsessed about outcomes.
Yeah.
Right. When we our completion rates are above 80%.
Wow.
Whereas the industry operates at about close to 10%. So almost 8 times better completion rates. It is a testament, to the fact of how deep, practical, and industry relevant our courses are, and how well structured they are. And that is the reason why we are able to give the outcomes that we keep talking about in our marketing, for I don't know how many quarters now.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I'll talk about, the kind of career transitions people get. In the last 12 months, I've lost count of how number of people who've been able to bag, more than 1 crore.
Wow.
CTC package after a course from us, right? We won't take 100% credit, but upGrad definitely had some role to play, in their career success.
In upskilling them, basically.
Absolutely. So, these couple of things give us a lot of confidence, that, okay, we're doing at least something right as a business, as a marketing team, and, as a support to further people's careers.
Fabulous. All right, let's talk about something that everybody were dreading, but I think in a way for the education industry it was good, which was the pandemic hit lockdown that was basically imposed. Now, EdTech industry has seen a massive upgrowth, okay, especially when it comes to upGrad courses. Now, I would request you to please shed some light as to how you created such a strong brand and you've differentiated yourself from the others in the industry.
Understood. See, when we talk about EdTech, EdTech can be broadly classified into three major business buckets. One is the K-12 business, the other is test prep and test coaching businesses, and the third is the higher EdTech business.
Yeah.
The first two were primarily offline businesses, right, which EdTech was able to bring online, and pandemic, gave a massive boost. To those two verticals of EdTech.
Yeah.
However, higher education, and we focus primarily on working professionals. The inherent need for learning online for working professional doesn't change, pandemic is there or not.
Okay.
Even pre-pandemic, people didn't have time.
Yes.
During pandemic, they worked more.
Yes, they did.
Right? The commute time was taken over by extra hours at work.
Yes.
And now when the pandemic is over, so in the lives of working professional, nothing has changed.
Okay.
So yes, pandemic helped us get that speed in the business because people had more time to think about long-term careers, about education. They were learning new things.
True.
And a lot of social media helped us with that.
Yeah.
But the recent news that we keep hearing about in EdTech, that okay, pandemic is over, people prefer
Come
physical
back
classes.
To offline,
For higher EdTech, that is not the case.
Okay.
We continue to see business growth, probably in triple digits, quarter-on-quarter growth.
Wow. Okay.
And that is a testament of the fact that the inherent business model for higher EdTech is built on solid product market fit.
Yeah.
So that's about the pandemic relevance of the business. The second thing is I spoke about outcomes.
Yeah.
Right, and outcomes are a result of our pedagogy, our course structures, and industry relevance of our courses. For example, our courses have one-on mentoring
Yes,
sessions.
yes.
We have coaches who will
Yes.
guide you not just during the course, but even post-course to help you understand, okay, how do you crack an interview?
Yeah.
How do you answer some very relevant questions in an interview? Even
True.
sourcing jobs for them. So our job as a a learning company is does not stop at just giving somebody the knowledge, but also helping them get a tangible outcome or a desired outcome that they would want at the end of the course.
Yeah.
And we now we are a lifelong company, right? We don't just stop at giving
Just
you a
one course,
postgraduate diploma, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did a postgraduate diploma,
Yeah.
we probably have a master's for you.
Yes.
And 2 years, 3 years later, you would want to do a master's in the US. We'll be able to do that, facilitate that for you. Probably 20 years into your career, you would want to, earn a doctorate for yourself. We are able to do that. So, as a business, we've expanded from that point of view in terms of what all can we offer to our learner throughout their career journey, and also add meaningfully at every stage, whether it is the pedagogy of the courses or just the nature of what we deliver. We have Harvard case studies. We've got a one-on-one coaching with a subject matter expert who is industry relevant and has implemented what he's teaching in the class.
Exactly.
Our doubt resolution classes are very well received. So I think the focus on quality and the focus on outcome has taken us this far, and I'm hoping that it will continue to do wonders for the business, and we are able to have some impact in the education system in the country.
So you have a lot of, I don't want to call them customers, so repeat learners.
Yes.
So they always come back to upskill what they have already learned through the courses because of the quality of education that you are basically providing. Now that said, compliments and complaints, they basically go hand in hand, but it is also a major part of an upward growth. So how does upGrad maintain this growth spurt?
See, we have to rapidly keep innovating and finding new ways to engage with our learners. For example, say channel A of acquisition caps out after a certain point in time, then we have to figure out how to open up a newer channel of acquisition. How that's A. B, as an industry, there's a certain amount of trust building that is required for somebody to trust online education, because people who've not been a part of the upGrad ecosystem, for them online education is equivalent to say a YouTube video.
Yes,
right? And upGrad courses are pretty much an offline course delivered in an online format.
Yes.
And more.
Yes.
Right? A lot of value added that we do, which probably you won't get in a lot of your offline
classes. True.
Degrees. So these are the two things that we keep working on to be able to continue the growth momentum. And the third thing, of course, is outcomes.
Yes.
I think it's what do you call it? It's a rolling ball effect. Every person who's had a fantastic outcome, they would probably say 10 good things about upGrad to 5 different people, and I think success begets success, and that's how I'm hoping that upGrad maintains the growth momentum that it has been able to achieve so far.
Fabulous. Now, with respect to marketing especially, and of course with the demand that is there in the market, now do you think there's going to be reduction in the programs, or rather an expansion in terms of the programs that you are going to offer, looking at the current job trends?
See, I don't think there's a shrinkage that's going to happen. What will happen are twofolds. And I'm talking about, say, a 10-year period in the future. The courses that are relevant today might not be relevant 7 years later.
Okay.
Right? Especially in tech and data science and AI ML.
Very true.
It's moving so rapidly that
7 years is a long time. I think 7 months will be more clear right now.
So that way, some courses can completely change. What we teach within a course might change,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
The third thing is upGrad not necessarily currently provides all kinds of streams.
Okay.
So that's one area that upGrad can further expand into. I think these are the three changes or alterations that I can see in our product portfolio.
Fabulous. All right. Now, we all know building a brand is difficult, but maintaining the stature of the brand is a mammoth task in itself. Now, keeping the sector that you're in, and of course the changing times and keeping future in mind, how do you manage the dynamic nature of marketing in an industry like EdTech?
Understood. See, over the last 6 years, the brand has evolved, or how and what we talk to the consumers has evolved over the last 6 years as the business evolved.
Yeah.
Our first proof of concept was when we saw great traction for a data science and entrepreneurship course, and that's like almost 5 to 6 years back.
Yes.
And at that point in time, we were not talking to consumers from a brand point of view, right? But the first time when we started talking to consumers, we made it more about celebrating their struggle to get ahead in the careers, and in the journey, motivating them or inspiring them. The next brand journey, when data science really became the cornerstone for the
Yes.
business and a major revenue contribution, we start focusing on the importance of specialization. Right? Okay, you've come out of engineering.
What next?
What next? How do you really take your career from X to 3X?
Yes.
And for that, you need to be a specialist.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's you are a cloud specialist, or you are a data science specialist, or you are a great an AI ML scientist. So that's what the brand focused on. Then over time, we launched a lot of management,
Yes.
doctoral associations.
Yeah.
And that's when we start talking about each of these new streams that upGrad has, and our communication also moved from just a specialization to fast forward your career, which we've been using for the last 2 years, which in a sense means do something to move your career. And upGrad is there to participate in that journey with you, to hold your hand and do whatever it takes to further your career. And probably we have 7-8 different things that we can do for you, or 7-8 different lines or streams of education that we can partner
Help you
with.
out in, yeah.
Yeah. So that's been the journey. As we speak now, we have moved the focus further into outcomes. So
Okay.
in fact, we've been talking about the outcomes for almost last 18 months, right? But now we are the latest brand campaign that we had in December, and that the one that we're going to carry forward through this quarter is about celebrating these individual success stories, right? And moving in the direction of what I mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, celebrating their success.
Yes.
Right? And showing that upGrad's courses actually gives you the desired outcomes.
Absolutely.
And perhaps those micro stories will be able to inspire many to do something about their career.
Yes.
And and take up formal structured learning, which as Indians we think college is over.
Now it's time for us to work only.
Everything learning on the job, which is not necessarily true.
Yes, no, that's actually true. And having about 7.7 learners who are right now learning different streams, I'm sure you're going to have this campaign for for days, for years to come, looking at the amount of success stories that you will have from them.
Absolutely, the undercurrent or one thing that we will never want to disassociate ourselves with is celebrating our learners.
Yes.
Even today, when you go on our social channels, every day you will find at least dozens of news stories where somebody has succeeded in their careers, and at one small corner they'll thank upGrad to facilitate that.
Yeah.
But I think it's eventually about these successes which makes us successful.
Fabulous. Now, talking about the new year, it's 2023 now. So, what are the plans for this particular year now? And also, is the company targeting niche markets? You spoke about specialization, yes, but how about niche markets?
Yeah. So 2023 is going to be different when it comes to brand marketing. Uh, the quantum of celebration of our learner success is going to be ramped up. More and more we're going to keep talking about and celebrating the success of our learners. Second thing is and through this we'll be able to build trust, right, for upGrad courses. The second thing is going to be about focusing some specific areas in the country, which are media isolatable, and need a certain amount of nuance to be able to penetrate deeper into those markets. So as a conscious strategy, we're going to go a little deeper into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana to be able to, and that market is very different from the rest of the country, and it needs a certain amount of relatability, needs a certain amount of regional conversations for the residents of that state to accept upGrad as one of their own. And that's one direction that we're taking. Let's see how it works, the brand, and if it does, then we have 30 plus states.
Fantastic.
We can replicate the same.
Fabulous. upGrad has recently launched a brand new campaign. Generally, whenever we would see upGrad's campaign, it would be for countrywide, or rather up until now, we would see that it would be a national campaign, but now you're concentrating more on regional markets. If you could just shed some light on why regional markets and now.
Sure. See, the overall strategy of focusing on all India doesn't change. We continue to focus nationwide in terms of our media push. However, what we've, as a conscious strategy, we are selecting some states where we would want to have a deeper presence of upGrad. Right, and Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, two states that we are starting with to create a regional connect or with the brand, and for the residents of that state to accept us as one of their own. The reason behind this is to have a deeper penetration in one in a particular region, and rather than scatter ourselves too wide, because you can't concentrate on the entire nation at once. So pick one area, one region, win it, and then focus on another one, and that's a conscious different strategy that we are trying this year. And that's the genesis of this campaign. And hopefully, if this works, you'll see many more markets where upGrad is doing regional influencers, regional television, regional films, regional press, and so on and so forth.
And talking about regional markets, especially in South India, you've chosen Hyderabad as the place to start off first. Why was that?
Two reasons. Hyderabad or this region is almost 15 to 20% of our top line.
Wow.
Yeah, so it deserved special attention. The second thing is the regional media, right, can be isolated for this region. That's true even for Tamil or say the Malayali audience, which is not necessarily true for a lot of other regions in the country. They are majorly Hindi speaking markets, and the quantum or the volume of Hindi speaking population in these states is not as large, relatively less. So this gives us an opportunity to put the money where the mouth is. And that's the reason we're focusing specifically, or at least we're starting this strategy or implementation of the strategy with this region.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ankit, for spending some time and giving us your time and explaining how is it that you've made upGrad into such a marketing giant. And it was lovely to have this chat with you.
Thank you so much.